Hello, everybody, and welcome back to another episode of Astrological Intentions. I am your host, Alex Reevy, along with the Leo looker herself, Sandy Reevy.
Hi, everybody.
It is week July 21st.
Yep.
And it is episode 365, so let's get right into it. In the transits, we have July 22nd, Sun ingress Leo.
The true king in domicile.
And Wednesday the 23rd, Sun sextile Uranus.
New creative ideas? Brilliant.
And Venus square Mars.
The ruler's still retrograde.
Then Thursday the 24th, Sun trine Saturn retrograde.
See eye to eyes.
And Sun trine Neptune retrograde.
Central channel breathing.
And new moon at 2 degrees of Leo.
Against the one.
Then Sandy's conflict day, Friday the 25th, Sun opposing Pluto retrograde.
Be positive. Please.
And on the horizon, we have our Uranus and Gemini webinar ready for you to watch now. Our upcoming Talisman trunk show this week, July 23rd. And of course, our Tuscany, Italy retreat in October. Then in our house, it is Leo season, so I have a very special invigorating meditation for you to try on for size. Stay tuned for this episode of Astrological Intentions.
I say go do you. Now travel far, share your stories and earn your stars. It's you. Say you are the one, you will answer to when this life is done. Don't waste a minute, jump in the river. Wash yourself clean so you can deliver you. The story of you, the story.
Hello, Leo looker.
Is that my Leo rising?
Yes.
Actually, very interesting. I have to have my
A procedure
on my already fixed cataract that I had done 3 years ago.
Mm-hmm.
I got to get something done,
yeah.
Which is actually interesting because they chose when the sun is in Leo at 20 degrees sitting on my ascendant. And I thought, that might be a good time. So that's when I'm getting it done.
Okay. And also going direct to you all, thank you so much for listening to the podcast. And we have some really awesome news. I just got an email the other day that we are out of 100 podcasts, astrological podcasts. We are voted number 29. I think that's absolutely fabulous. For all of the astrology podcasts that are out there, that's 29 I'm happy with.
I am too, and I think it's maybe because of our length of years we've been doing this. I think, if we are on 365 and we do this each week, we're over 7 years straight. Yeah.
Holy cow.
7 years of podcasting every week. So if you started to listen to us when you were 30, now 37.
Wow.
Or in my case, let me see.
Oh, gosh. Okay.
Yeah.
I don't like this math anymore. That's when you know you're old. All right. So let's move on and into the transits. So we start off the week with Tuesday, July 22nd and Sun ingress Leo. So happy birthday to all the Leos out there.
Yeah, this happens, boom, at 8:29 a.m. So make sure your face is pointing to the east horizon. Usually it's Elphaba sings, look to the west horizon.
Western skies.
The western skies. I'm telling you to look to the eastern skies.
Okay.
For the sun in Leo. Because this is the true king. This is, the sun is in domicile in Leo. So should we have a parade? That's tongue in cheek. Be proud, enthusiastic, and compelling to be the leader of your own life.
Yes.
Right?
Yeah.
So gather around with other leaders, gather around with your kick, what do they call it? The kick line. Oh my gosh, has anybody been weirdly watching Dallas Cowboy show, the DCC?
Mm-mm.
Oh my gosh, it's a Netflix thing. I just happened upon it and I'm like, holy moly, the DCC is they have to do the kick line.
Yeah,
like the
no,
Rockettes.
I've heard that the tryouts are absolutely impossible. But then there's like this whole kind of scandal of just how terribly they get paid for it.
Or if at all.
Right.
It's quite a big
A lot of
dedication.
people have like double, like other full-time jobs to pay for their things. And it's just like, wait, what?
They have to.
So the footballers get loads and loads of money, but these also who are athletes, and they also have to remember all of these different cheers and all these different dance routines. And I've heard that like one mistake and you're pretty much like exiled. It's just nuts. It's just too much.
It's too much. And these girls grew up. That's the only thing they wanted to do, or their mother was involved in it. Was a dancer. So anyway, getting back to the sun in Leo, it's like, lead with your full-bodied steps. Because hey, if you don't do this kick, getting back to the DCC, because that's what they call them. If you don't do the kicks exactly parallel, and they're all getting, when they're old, they all need, not all, but most of them need like hip surgery.
Yeah, I bet. That's a lot.
Anyway, there we are.
We're made for
Happy
this.
birthday, Leos.
Happy birthday, Leos. Watch the DCC cringeworthy Netflix documentary. All right, so let's move on to Wednesday the 23rd. We have 2 transits this day, Sun sextile Uranus.
Yeah, because the sun just moved into 0, boom, meets up in a 60-degree angle with Uranus. Remember, Uranus just went into Gemini. If you're on Patreon, go watch the Susan Goodell and Sandy Reevy webinar that we did. It was a little bit over an hour. A lot of information there. And if you're not a Patreon Big Dipper, join at least for a couple months and catch up on all of the big changes that are going on in the universal power. And you are here, so you should know.
Right. And so, and some of those things that you two discuss, which we'll discuss later, but there's just so much cyclical similarities that are going on now in our world that we're going back on in the 1600s, 1700s, 1800s, 1900s. So you and Susan went through all of those. So we'll talk about that later. But back to Sun sextile Uranus.
Yeah, so this is like new, brilliant, creative ideas. Are they ready for you to expose? It's maybe you just are doing the first draft right now, because we are looking at this Uranus just moving into Gemini. What's the ruler of Gemini? Alex, this is Astrology 101. Ruler of Gemini.
Mercury.
Mercury is retrograde. So, and the sun is in its own sign. So Uranus is coming from an area of mercurial rulership. And so just put this idea on a beta testing kind of program. Like, let's bang it out, think about it, consider it, because it's time to re-examine those notes that you are currently writing. You get to re-examine those on August 24th, so a month from now, when the sun is making that square to Uranus, because then you'll need to adjust whatever you need to do. So if you're working out a new plan, creative project, a thing that you're doing, something, whether fun or work involved, and you need a progressive ideation, come up with something on this day. This is July 23rd, Wednesday. It is Mercury's day, but just put it in pencil form. And make sure you have your pink, it's called the pink pearl papermate eraser nearby, because you will need to have that by August 24th when you need to readjust some of those plans.
All right. Okay. Or maybe sketch them out. Maybe it's more of like a drawing creative process. So let's move on to the second transit of Wednesday the 23rd, which is Venus square Mars.
Yeah, so there's a square here, and this is still the dancing partners of the male and the female, and in a square they still can agree to disagree. Squares can be stressful or conflict based, but the ruler, Venus is coming from Gemini, and Mars is in Virgo. Both are ruled by
Mercury.
Yeah, and Mercury is still retrograde. Remember, so take a break. Nothing comes along here. At least discuss possibilities, because Mercury is still in the research department. He's searching, so he's researching ways to properly and agreeably work between the male and the female, whether this is a relationship or finances, what you receive and what you give. So that could be income versus expense. Rearrange this because the ruler's retrograde.
Okay. And let's move on to Thursday, the 24th, and we have 3 transits this day, starting off with Sun trine Saturn retrograde.
So anytime we get a trine, we know that that planet that the sun, because the sun never, ever goes retrograde. So that when we see a trine to one of the outer planets, we know that that planet has just either retrograded or is about to turn direct. So we know he's just retrograded because we're at the beginning of in the early stages of his retrogration. So really there's reception here. And I like the fact that you can see eye to eye. And we can say this, see eye to eyes, because like no one's the authority here. Because Saturn always likes to be the authority figure, but he is sitting in the sun's exaltation in Aries. So, you know, the sun likes to be authoritative in Leo on a more expression, fun, creative manner, more fanfare, and Saturn's very austere and very serious and won't crack a smile, right? When Leo's like, look at me, everybody, I can get up on the table. And so the sun is, way stronger here. So, can we agree with the rules that Saturn wants to portray? It's a trine. So they're both coming from fire. So we're getting more fire. So it's interesting that can we see eye to eye? Do we understand what we are working on? Do we think that this could be the authorities of other countries, the king or the ruler of all countries, including ours, can see eye to eye? Are we kind of understanding? We will see. We will keep our eyes
on the prize.
That,
all
right? Because this is also the same time period, because you know that Neptune and Saturn are just neck and neck. They're within 1 degree of each other. And so if the sun is making a trine to Saturn, boom, automatically makes that trine to that retrograde Neptune. And, we could call this central channel breathing. This is, if you're reading, if anybody knows the energy codes by my favorite, Dr. Sue Morter, learning how to do some of this, what she calls the central channel breathing. It's aligning all of your chakras, your 7 chakras, from the root up, and how you squeeze the mula bandha, squeeze your heart chakra, pull your throat back into itself, and then use your eyes to look up cross-eyed, upside in your head, and breathing, belly breathing. And to do all that is not
that's a lot to focus on.
And it's really interesting because I want to say this, because being an astrologer, we do get squares and oppositions and some even conjunctions, which cause stress or uncomfortability in our lives, right? And in those uncomfortable moments, which is what the astrologer is telling you, hey, you're in an uncomfortable moment, and this moment will last for 9 months. So get kind of jiggy with that. But what Dr. Seuss tries to do here, or suggests that this does, is put a voluntary stress, so that by pulling your mula bandha, squeezing your heart muscle by pulling your shoulder blades back, and then pulling your throat back like you're a Darth Vader, and then crossing your eyes while you take belly breaths. Try it. And you're engaging all of that central movement. is that she's calling that you're putting voluntary stress on your power points, so that
the external stress doesn't seem as
difficult, because it's on purpose. It's purposefully.
Right.
So I just really like that.
Yeah. Right. That's just kind of strengthening your
resolve,
agility,
almost.
right?
And say, oh, I think that thing out there that's coming to me is hard. Let me do something within myself that is difficult to do, but I can master this because I'm getting better and better and better at it.
And this is the Sun trine Neptune retrograde.
Yeah,
right?
Because Neptune really is about, your meditations and your spiritual contacts, and how you, go into conversing with your solar self, because the Sun is making a trine.
All right. So the third transit of Thursday is the new moon at 2 degrees of Leo.
So this is at 2:11 p.m. Central. And let's picture this. So the moon is crossing the sun, which means we don't see no moon gone.
Yeah, right. It's too dark.
Because there's no light shining on the moon, right? And so this is at 2 degrees of Leo. And we have to think that opposite is that retrograde Pluto at 2 degrees of Aquarius is a direct opposition, which we would call a partile. Right? Okay. It's exact. 2 Leo, 2 Aquarius. Boom, boom. Exact opposition, 180 degrees. So it's against the one, right? Because there's an opposition here. There's who's the power player? Strong Sun in Leo, but you're talking about Pluto and Aquarius opposition. Who's against who? Who's looking straight on at who? And it's kind of that pledge of, I dare you. What do we call that?
Like a challenge.
Like chicken. What do we call that? A game of chicken.
Oh,
right?
Yeah.
Right?
Okay. Yeah. You want to play a game of chicken?
Yeah. Where I'm riding my bike toward you, and we're both riding. The first one to veer off loses, but saves their body. Loses their ego. Yeah. But saves their tooth.
Terrible
or
game
something. Right?
When you think about it.
So against the one, yet all the supporters, all these supporting actors are helping, so that can work out. And what I call the supporting actors is the other outer planets, and that's this new moon's making a trine to that Saturn Neptune that we just talked. We talked about that trine is also happening that today for that Saturn and the Neptune, so that those are strong planets that can assist the sun. And then it's making this sun and moon is making a sextile to Uranus that just moved in at 0. So there's like an abutment to the big power of Pluto, but the other outers are like, hey, let's all play this game, right? Let's all get along. So who do we need to turn to? Which Pluto or the sun moon to say, let's just all get along. We can everybody bring their power and work together, not at opposite ends of the baton.
Okay. All right, so let's move on to the last transit of the week, which is Friday the 25th, and also your conflict day of the month, Sun opposing Pluto retrograde.
So again, this is part of the new moon, right? Even though this is coming the next day, of course, this is at 1:33 a.m. So yeah, this is all part of this new moon. So here, just be positive and find your simple message, right? Find your simple message, find the simple passage through the turmoil, right? Anytime you're looking at an opposition, and these are both fixed signs. They're both fixed. So they're like, I'm not moving, you're not moving, I'm not thinking different, you're not thinking different. Okay, so what?
So it's still kind of a standoff is what I'm hearing.
But there could be one little mention, like a smile, or a nod or a handshake or
that
a
warms up the
compliment
tension.
that might be the passage through the turmoil.
Okay.
Right.
Don't you just love it when that happens? Like if you're ever like in a fight or in a tense situation and somebody either makes a joke or somebody like totally flips the script that you were not expecting to a really cohesive and comfortable place. Ah, that's nice. So that might be happening.
And
so
it
be
could be
positive. Maybe be the one.
And you know what we're going to say here? Read my mind. It's something Martha Beck
I like you, you like me.
Yes. Yeah, this is a great opportunity to do that on this day. To say, hey, I like you, you like me, to yourself. I want to talk about, of course, we're talking about the 2025, which is now, duh, right,
Mm-hmm.
that this is happening. But the sun opposes Pluto every year, just one time a year, right? Because the sun is moving faster than Pluto, of course. So in 2023, we had the very last opposition when the sun was in Cancer and Pluto was in Capricorn.
Mm-hmm.
So that would probably have been happening for 20 years. So let's just say from 2003 to 2023, the sun and Pluto came to an opposition.
Wow.
And the sun isn't strong in Cancer. So Pluto was way stronger than the sun in those.
But now the sun's in Leo.
So now in 2024, we had our very first one while the sun was at 0, but it wasn't a new moon, right? Sun moved into 0 Leo, making that opposition to Pluto retrograde. He's always retrograde. All the elders are retrograde when the sun is opposing them. This is when they switch from evening to daylight planets. But that's another conversation. So in 2024, we had our very first one. And so just super interesting that we're going to have so if we had one already, we're probably going to have about 18 more of this opposition of the Leo to the Pluto. And the sun's pretty powerful here.
Mm-hmm.
So we'll have to take a real strong look at what this could be. Is there a way to get
to break through that turmoil
underneath? Guess what I just learned?
Share. Tell us.
I love this kind of stuff. A client friend gave me a book to read, a book, right? And so I just thought, I'm going to go sit on my deck and read this book.
Mm-hmm.
And it's called The Wager.
I've never heard of it.
Which actually, it was one of the big books back in the, not too recently, or not too historically, but it's about a 1470 mutiny ship/shipwreck, and it's been made into a movie with Leo DiCaprio. So I want to hurry and finish this book, but they're talking about it's a real scenario. It's a novel, historical novel.
And it's called The Wager.
It's called The Wager.
Okay.
Because that's the name of the ship.
Oh, okay. Gotcha.
From 1470.
Okay.
That was sent off of the Great Britain seas. And everybody started getting sick. All the seamen and all the helmsmen and because they have different titles.
Mm-hmm.
When they would get sick, they would put them all the way down into the very, very bottom in hammocks where they would almost touch each other because they'd swing. And,
oh, yeah.
Because they didn't understand at the time bacteria or virus or.
Isn't that where one of like a very popular phrase came to be?
Yes. That's what I'm going to tell you.
To be under the weather?
Yes.
Yeah.
How did you know?
No, because a lot of maritime phrases people still use to this day, like I forget, to show your flags, or there's like a phrase of like kind of like showing your true colors.
Oh, yes.
But to show your true colors is actually a maritime phrase of where ships would show their flags, display their flags, so that you could see their true colors.
So you knew who they were.
Right, exactly. So there's just so many of these they're just so interesting to me.
So when they said, hey, he's under the weather, meaning he said he's in the very bottom of the boat because the weather is going on out here.
Right.
And he's under the weather. He is not going to be exposed to sun, storms, salt, rain, whatever. And I was like, oh, I like that. So when really they needed to be kind of upon the weather, to get the vitamin Ds because they were finding, so many, and they were dying. There was like 300 of them on these 5 man-of-war ships that were just like a fourth of the men died from. Oh, and I can't remember what is the one that if you ate citrus, scurvy. They all had scurvy, and
all they needed was some orange juice.
And the stop prior, the stop that they made at some island to stock. They had picked up all these lemons, and they were sitting over in barrels. They had the antidote,
right?
The remedy with them, and no one understood that that citrus creates a collagen, and that when you get scurvy, everything comes off your bones.
Oh, is it reversible?
I don't know about that. Anyway, so that's why I just made you orange salad.
Thank you. I won't get scurvy now. No, but even like the other phrases of like all hands on deck.
Oh,
right.
Yeah.
So people still use that one. That one is obvious, but also if you're feeling blue, because everyone thinks like, oh, blue is just like a sad color. It's not really, but that's the flag that they would raise on a boat if their captain died.
Oh,
so they were feeling blue.
Oh,
yeah.
Well, so, it's full of maritime phrases
and to batten down the hatches.
Yes, I do know. But again, that is interesting that it came from there. Although there is some, you said about fly your true colors. Interesting that the enemy knows who they're looking for, right? And oftentimes they would paint or draw what looked like their enemies,
right, to show up and
and they hoist that flag and they're like, oh, these are our buddies. We don't have to get the guns out and we don't have to man, all hands on deck kind of thing. These are our flotilla. This is part of us. But then one guy could look up there with his telescope and see one little something off. And he would call, and I forget, I'll have to look.
Oh, crazy.
He would call something, and then they would get back into, they would refrain and try to get away because they didn't know it very well, right? So that the looker can say, oh no, there's a, swing at the R, and we don't have that. So back up, get away, get away. So
crazy. No, I like those. Those are fun.
Yeah.
All right. So that is our week ahead. And
it's a way busier week than we've had recently. Yeah.
But also, don't forget that you can have the personal talisman process with Sandy. That is for a very special price on the website. You can use the code CLARITY for $44 off. And this personal talisman is a process. It has not been made yet. You have not really defined exactly what your intention is. Trust that you do not have to know everything or know what your intention is, because what I learned is that that's kind of the best time to come in. If you're just wanting to set an intention, but you don't know exactly how focused or in what direction, that is exactly what Sandy helps with. It's a really wonderful process to look at your chart, look at what's coming up in the next 6 months, 1 year, however many years, and you can really help she'll help you define what that intention is with a powerful intention and an even more powerful affirmation. And then your talisman is made and it's sent to you, and it's absolutely beautiful with the colors and the style that you like.
And we do an activation.
Yes.
Yep.
So would love for you to join in on this clarity within the chaos moment that we're sharing with everybody. So take a look at the links in the show notes and let me know if you have any questions. And on the horizon, we just finished up the Uranus and Gemini Chatting with the Stars webinar. That was really insightful. Sandy and Susan had so much to share, like almost so much that you'll have to look through some of the slides because they didn't even have enough time. We still went over a little bit over the hour, but
always.
But there's still more to look at because there's so much information, because we really truly can learn from historical cycles.
Particularly because you'll see in the slides, we went back
500 years ago.
Yeah, because it happens every 84 years. About war has occurred every time. There is something to do with banks, right? Communications, telegraphs, post
and
offices,
technology,
libraries, a lot of stamps, and just it's so interesting. And the flag, I was just
ingenuity as well, like the leaps that have been made in these time frames have been incredible, and it's very interesting how it's mirroring what's happening on the political, kind of global political planes, what's happening on the technological planes right now. And I loved the slide that you and Susan brought in that was like, what to kind of look out for here. And those were some really big points of like, yeah, I guess we've kind of all been thinking something like this is ahead. So such great information, really cool analysis.
And one of the I don't know what to call it, but I won't call it anything. I won't name it, where the dictatorship of the Hitler regime was this last time that we had the Uranus and Gemini in the 1940s. And here we are again, and we're talking about
a lot of those themes are coming back.
Themes
full
are
force
here. So who does this look like? So just very interesting. It is worth the $30 per month for the Big Dipper, for Susan and we call it Chatting with the Stars. And you get all the library that we've just done recently with the Pluto in Aquarius, with the Saturn into Aries, with the Neptune into Aries.
Big moves.
All this is going on, folks. This is not. This isn't like it's not like you've been on this ride. You've not been on this ride before. Let's just say that it's not a cakewalk, and it's not a ride you've ever been on before. But you're strapped in. So, kind of, do you want to know how long you need to hold your breath?
Right. So super interesting. We would love to welcome you into our Patreon community. You can head over to patreon.com/chattingwiththestars. There, if you join as a Big Dipper tier, you'll be getting all of the webinar library that also includes the Uranus and Gemini webinar we just recorded, as well as the monthly forecast Sandy and Susan record, the PDFs that go along with those. And also once a year, we come together and do a really exciting year ahead where we have everyone bring in their calendars and we mark some really big transits throughout the year. All right. So next up we have, and this one is open to all, Sandy is hosting her Talisman Trunk Show. So it is happening July 23rd, and that's coming up this Wednesday, where she's going to be opening the vault of her Talisman Trunk Show, her Talisman Trunk, and giving us all a tutorial on how they look, these beautiful talismans, why they were created, what their intentions are, what their affirmations are. And if you are interested in just learning a little bit more, there's so much to see and enjoy during that time, as well as raffle tickets. Woo-hoo. So the raffle tickets are basically gift certificates. So anytime that you buy a $10 raffle ticket, you also receive a $10 gift certificate that can be used on the website. So really, it's a win-win-win, and we would love to have you there. It's a free event, so make sure to click the link in the show notes and join us. Next up, we have the Tuscany, Italy retreat that has a few spots left, and we are super excited about this. Sandy has been pulling up all of the attendees' charts, looking at their guardian angels, past lives, and are you getting excited?
I really am. I've been talking to the shuttle service today and the Vespa tours, that guy today. We're all set. We're all paid up. We want to come. You want to join?
Of course. I mean, yes. And if any of you are checking in right now and you can vision yourself in the beautiful Tuscany, Italy, really consider it. And there is a free retreat call that you can have with Sandy. Book it anytime and ask questions. Get curious about this Montecuffani castle.
Right. I think, one of the things I'm teaching is our past life through the Kira lens of karmic integration of reincarnation astrology. We're able to see this in the past in your natal chart. And it's something I don't do, but it's the first time I'm doing this on retreat. Or I should say I haven't done, and I'm doing it on the retreat because this is a multi-dimensional discussion. So we'll go into our beautiful castle parlor teaching room.
Seriously, check it out check it out. Check it out on the show notes because these photos look fake. But you're going to be there, and you're going to be there.
And the lady said, "Why did I said, I'm just making sure she goes, Sandy, what do you think?" And of course she had an accent, but I butcher.
You really stink at accents. You try.
That she said, "Why do you think this would change? It hasn't changed in 700 years."
Right.
Oh, okay.
I mean, it's absolutely a gorgeous castle. So.
And we're getting a really cool group together. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
All the ladies that are signing up are super cool and
they're going to
so
be new
excited.
Friends. They're going to be new friends. Some of them don't know each other. Some don't have never been on.
Some are traveling solo.
Half of them have never been on a retreat with me.
Right. So this is going to be a really awesome. Yeah. I mean, they are all awesome. Yes, but I mean, Tuscany, Italy with a day trip to Florencia. I mean, yes, that's got to be a yes in your book. So anyway, we would love for you to join in. You can sign up or learn more information in the link in the show notes. Of course, if you have any questions, you can reach out to me, alex@intentionbeats.com.
Can I throw something else out here?
Sure.
Without your permission?
Go right ahead.
Will you cut this out?
No.
Well, you might. So prior to me going to Italy for this retreat, I am heading to Agana Island, Greece. Mm-hmm. And it's my favorite island that I've been to so far. And I've been to only a handful of the hundreds.
Right.
But
thousands.
I've got 5 apartments all in the same unit right on the beach. It's called the Beach House.
Yeah. Beautiful. I've seen pictures.
And I have booked this a year ago because I knew I wanted to go into Agana. I've been there. I've been to Agana Island a couple times, and I want to go and each bedroom has a bedroom, a bathroom, it's full kitchen, little patio that overlooks the water, and there's people come and swim. Anyway,
So you're sharing this because
I'm not teaching, but I have some rooms available that I'm going to have to let go of if I don't
bring some folks with you.
because I thought, I'm going to rent 5 rooms. So I talked to Lizzie, I was there, and I rented the 5 that I wanted. And so she said, yeah, just let me know about 2 months beforehand if there's any that you don't want. Well, here we are. This is September. We have these rooms for 5 nights.
Ooh, that sounds like an awesome bonus.
Yeah. You arrive. We'd arrive at the island, which is only 45 minutes. Shuttle, not shuttle, ferry from Egina, or from the main Athens. We'd have to arrive on September 22nd, and we would be leaving on the 27th. Whether you were going somewhere else, get to Alex, and I can set up a call because I'm going. I'm not teaching anything, but she does yoga there. There's other things, and I'm not specifically teaching because I want to, it's your
pre-retreat, right?
It's my vacation kind of spot. So,
all right.
Who wants to go?
An open invite?
Yeah.
That sounds awesome.
Yeah.
So if you are interested, make sure to reach out to me, alex@intentionbeads.com. And yeah, let's move into our house where I have a very special, invigorating meditation. It is summertime here in the Northern Hemisphere, so I'd love for you to strap in and enjoy this Leo season meditation.
Thank you.
In a moment, we will begin an active dancing meditation to embody the Leonian energy. To begin, stand tall and proud, and make sure you have some room around you. Take this moment to get into position, or pause the episode here if you need to. Let's begin. Stand tall, with your eyes closed. Bring your shoulders back and your chest out. Don't be afraid to take up space. Quiet your inner and outer world and begin to tune into your heart. Place your hands over your heart and hold here for a moment, sending gratitude. Notice the beat your heart keeps. With over 100,000 beats per day, even when you are not there to pay any attention. Expand this gratitude throughout your whole body, every little place that your heart keeps beat for. Occupy the space you're in, leading with your heart and quieting the mind. Soon, you will begin to hear some drums, and once your body feels called, follow your body's direction to dance however it desires. There is no judgment. Your body has an intelligence that your mind will never understand. Keep your eyes closed if that helps, or open your eyes and flow with the beat of your heart. A body in motion stays in motion, and energy begets energy. When we can use a spark, like an invitation to dance, to fan a flame, we are creating energy out of nothing. And energy is a valuable commodity, both vital and magnetic. Once we nurture this flame and create a lively fire, we begin to unlock a new, exhilarating way of life. Thank you for having some fun with me during this Leo meditation. I welcome you to keep dancing, sharing your fun, creative light throughout the rest of the day. And I'll see you back here at Astrology Meditation soon. All right. You can take your dancing shoes off now, everybody. Was that fun? I hope so. It just helps get that Leo energy flowing because it's like that sustainable fire.
The heart rate gets pumped and strengthens.
Right.
Yes.
So thanks so much if you did join in on that meditation. If not, I hope you enjoyed the drums. So thanks everybody for listening in to this episode. We will see you all next week. Bye-bye.
I say go do you. Now travel far, share your stories and earn your scars. It's you. Say you are the one you will answer to when this life is done. Don't waste a minute, jump in the river. Wash yourself clean so you can deliver you. The story of you, the story of you.